Oh my goodness, this is absolutely incredible. This is my first time going live. And I must admit, I have it in private first so I can figure out how all of this works. And then I'm going to put it to public so that I can get your comments and stuff like that. But this is my first live share on my channel, Permission to Live in the End. And I woke up this morning like thinking, I cannot believe that I have not shared my conversation with Neville Goddard. And I said, people are going to be like, what in the world is she talking about? But I'm talking about imagination, which is what Neville Goddard is all about. That's all he talks about, that we are imagination. And when you think about it, not one thing that was made in this world was made that was not first imagined into existence. So it was a couple of weeks back. I don't know exactly, I'm so not good with time. I actually used to judge myself about not being good with time, but now I realize, to me, I feel like that is a value, a very important thing, that I don't place, all this value on time. I place it on time in terms of if I'm going to be somewhere and I'm expected to be somewhere at a certain time, I very much so value time. But in terms of, just having it be the be all to end all, I just don't. So a couple of weeks ago, I was contemplating something and I don't remember what it was. I really don't. I don't remember what it was, but I had listened to a lot of different Neville Goddard videos. I had already, I'm in various Neville Goddard groups, and not to mention whatever other thing is happening in life, I just decided I'm going in. I am going in. I'm bypassing any video instruction. I'm bypassing all of this stuff, which we should do. We should, well, I don't want to tell you what you should do. I'm just saying that your voice is way more important than anything. You need to stop and go back in and pay attention to your own voice. That's all I'm saying. But I decided, oh my goodness, instead of me going here or going there, going here, going there, I'm bypassing this group. I'm bypassing these videos. I'm bypassing all of this. I am going in and I am going to have a conversation with Neville myself. And I thought, why not? We imagine everything else. I've imagined so many things into existence. Why not? Why can't I talk to Neville? Right? So anyway, I go in my room. This is my favorite spot to do, meditation and all of this, get quiet, get centered. So I go to my bedroom, and almost immediately I shut my eyes, and there is Neville Goddard. Okay. Now, what ends up being so funny is because if you're someone who follows Neville Goddard and you look at his videos, there's a lot of the videos where it just has his image, just a still image, because he died. I don't know when Neville Goddard passed on or died, but it was a long time ago. So a lot of the images you're seeing are just his face, just a still image of him while he's, talking in the background, some audio recording. So when Neville showed up, he showed up on my left-hand side, and he was just sitting there stationary. And I thought, well, of course he would be stationary, because every video I've ever seen, it's always been his still image and the audio recording in the back. So he shows up, he's on my left-hand side, and we begin to have a conversation. If anyone knows who has been someone who has listened to Neville Goddard audios, When he is done his lectures, he'll open it up to questions. And when he is talking to a woman, he always ends up saying, my dear, something, 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 my dear. And that's what he was doing with me. Whenever we would talk about something, or I would say something and he would go to respond, he would make his response in that Neville Goddard voice, and he would say, my dear. I do not remember all of the particulars of the things that I was discussing with Neville, but here's what I do remember. I had some concerns about different things, and I was wondering about, some different things. And every single response that Neville gave was him leading me. He would say something, or not necessarily give instruction, but in that Neville way, he would explain whatever he was explaining. But he would always, his presence, his state of being would cause me to go into the state. So whatever I was attempting to understand about how to get into an understanding about something, he would start talking and I would instantly go into the state. So I would bring up something else and he would respond and say something, 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 my dear. And the next thing you know, I was in the state of whatever it was that I was looking for, an outcome. And when it was all said and done, first of all, I'd never been in so many states in one evening, or at least consciously aware of it the way that I was, because I'm sure we're in and out of states of being, while we're sleeping all night long. But I was consciously aware that I had gone into a state. And when I would go into that state of being, I was walking around inside of the state. So whatever I was looking for an outcome about or for, I was already in the outcome. So let's just say I wanted a house. I'll just use this as an example. Let's just say I was attempting to get into the state of already having a brand new house. I was walking inside of the house. I could feel the walls of the house around me. I knew what it smelled like. I knew who was physically present there with me. I was having conversations. I was inside of the state. So what was so remarkable, again, is that no matter what I was saying, Neville's answer was always the same. It was go in. Go into the state. His answer was always the same. And without him doing anything physically, his presence, his state of being would cause me to 1 minute be having a conversation with him and the next minute be inside the state that we were talking about. So it was like Neville was like, we don't have to have some long drawn out discussion about this. Go in. And the next thing you know, I was in. So I just wanted to share that with everyone, how nothing is impossible to man. And I thought, oh my goodness, I have to share this with everybody, that I actually had a conversation with Neville. So if you desire to have a conversation with Neville Goddard, go ahead and do it, because he will show up. If you believe that that's possible, because I believe all things are possible. So anyway, everybody, welcome to my channel, Permission to Live in the End. Click that subscribe button to get videos, whatever videos I upload next, you'll get the notification, and make it an incredible rest of your day. Happy imagining.